Right. Good day. Welcome to our artificial intelligence classes, and we hope that this is going to be a fruitful journey for all of us. And I would like to start by introducing what artificial intelligence is and how it is mapping and shaping our modern day society. We have artificial intelligence being defined as the ability to interact with the world. Right? So earlier on, the concept of artificial intelligence was for a machine to be able to display intelligence that is displayed by human beings. Right? So you find that we had what were called expert systems developed. Right? So these expert systems were meant to replicate how or our day-to-day tasks. There was a different discussion that was here to say, well, why is there a need for us to produce something that can do what we can do? That gave birth to a whole new line of thinking to say, if you're going to develop something, then it should be able to do things better than we do. Right? And then AI became something that was completely different. I think that was in the 99, 2000 when it was redefined. Right? And then now with the ability or the computational ability that is currently there, and the existence of an element called big data, we now have artificial intelligence taking off. We saw that AI is generally the ability to interact with the world, right? And we also have the ability to model and reason about it, to say, okay, this is what the world is, and these are the deductions that we can have from it. And we can also learn and adapt. So all of these, if you look at the evolution of a human being from when they are born, you see these abilities being explored, right? Speech, vision, motion, right? Manipulation, reasoning about the world, adapting to the world. The major difference between AI and natural intelligence, right, is that ours is expected. We have the machinery to naturally be intelligent, right? Others or machines, right? With the exception of the last decade, did not really have a brain, if I can say that. So all the effort now is being made to develop what we can call a brain of the machine, which is the whole center of artificial intelligence, right? Creating a brain that can do tasks, that can reason, that can give results without the interference of a human being. One of the very first people to talk of or the pioneers of a modern day computer was Alan. And in the 1950s, he wrote about a machine that had intelligence. So you might have heard it about or being discussed, being called the Turing test. So in it, he said that if a machine can carry a conversation that was indistinguishable from a conversation with a human being, then the machine could be called intelligent. I can give you examples of machines right now that are not yet deemed intelligent. Right? So if you've ever used Siri or OK Google, right, you realize that these are two voice assistants, right? But they've got very limited capacity, right? You can hold a conversation with them to a point, right? So they have learned or they've been taught responses to a few to a few topics, or if you say, how are you? If you ask about the weather, right? So they have limitations as to what they can do. So they are not yet intelligent. But an intelligent machine will then be able to respond to you in a way that someone else, another human being, would respond. Right? So they should be able to discern, right, emotion. They should be able to, in this case, predict. They should be able to see or to adapt in a conversation. Right? So I don't know if you've noticed this or followed conversations that you have. You have cases where the conversation changes so fast and you have to keep up because it's so dynamic. So you have to anticipate those conversations. They should be able to adapt to those kind of conversations. Now, where do we want to get? Where do we want to get? So we need to be able to plan, right? We need to be able to be perceptive. We need to be able to process natural languages. You should be able to manipulate and move objects, and you should be able to reason. So basically, right, AI, or the goal of AI, is to create a machine that is better than a human being. Yeah. If we could put the human brain, right, into a machine, right, or into a digital brain, convert our brain into a digital brain, right, then they say that machine will be many more times much more intelligent than we are. But the exact same brain that we have, because human beings can unlock, an average human being unlocks 20% of their brain. That is the goal of AI, to create better beings. Some advances in AI currently, we have got the Google's neural network, right? So they were tasked with, they created 3 networks or 3 objects, right? So 2 of them were supposed to keep a secret from the 3rd one. So 2 of them were asked to keep a secret from the 3rd one. So the eventuality was that the 2 that had the task ended up creating their own language that the 3rd could not understand. Right? So they deviated from the original language that they were all created in, to say, if they were communicating, say, in English, they deviated completely from that language and generated their new language that only them could understand. They were being able to decipher messages between each other, but the other could not. We had Magenta Art, also from Google, right? So they were teaching, or they wanted a machine to produce art. Like we have artists, they wanted a machine to generate a picture. This was one of the picture or the art that was generated. And recently, I don't know if you've seen those photos where you cannot tell whatever it is, what is what on the photo, right? So machines are now starting to produce some kind of art. Yeah. So that is the future of AI. That is what AI is all about currently. And that is what we're going to be looking at in detail. But for this module, we're going to take a step back and look at the constituent contributors to AI, right? We are going to do, or to look at the baseline for AI, for artificial intelligence. Thank you.